What is up, guys? I'd like to welcome each and every one of you back to a new One Punch Man the Strongest guide. Today we're going to look at the World Boss. So, World Boss is a feature that's been introduced last Friday after the 7-hour maintenance. So, what can you expect from this? You can expect tons of new prizes and then a better source for Orange Gears weekly. So, you don't need to depend on drops from Club Boss only now. So, before I proceed, I'd like to throw a disclaimer that this actually reflects how well you've brought up your PvE team. So, PvE characters, most of you will know Amai and PK. I would like to add that RMG would be one of the best PvE characters. It's slated to come out in June, if I'm not mistaken. And Boros, definitely Boros. But most people don't really have Boros because it's one of the early characters. So yeah, for most people, they'll be depending on Amai and BK. So this guide will be catered to more Amai BK users. But definitely you can swap in Boros if you have Boros. Yeah, so let's proceed. Before you hit, do your research. What do I mean by this? I mean, you should look for the icon on the screen. It's displayed above the scan. It says challenge target. You click that, you open this interface, and then you'll be able to do 3 free scans. 3 free scans every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And this will allow you to gain several buffs, such as Berserk and bonus damage. With your 3 free scans, you can gain up to a maximum of 60% bonus damage as shown in the scan on the screen. But it's not guaranteed, so you should take it with a grain of salt that you are more likely to get 20 or 40% than a full 60% every single time. And then your scan time takes around 10 seconds per scan. So you have a total of 30 seconds of scan time. So you might want to enter the World Boss interface a little bit early so that you're able to hit him at the start right away, and then make sure you're able to gain all the rewards because sometimes the World Boss dies very fast. So regarding this, I've gotten word that 3 or 4 servers have actually taken down the purple World Boss, which is Senti Choro or Mukade Choro, or last Friday. So if your servers is one of those servers, then please log in early. Make sure that you scan as soon as possible at 11:50 and then immediately attack the boss at 12 o'clock sharp. The boss will die automatically at 10 o'clock. So unless you kill him earlier, he will be there up until 10. So if your server is one of those servers struggling to kill the boss, definitely you have enough time. Now, on to the next slide. Let's have a look at these centipedes. Yeah. So first we have Senti Kohai or Mukade Kohai. So his passive, he passively increases his damage free, but that's not really relevant because you won't really feel it. The most interesting aspect of his passive is in round 2, where he grants himself a continuous berserk. So this means that he gains additional damage. So his ultimate centipede burrow actually deals 600k damage on round 2. So in round 1, you can expect him to do slightly less damage. His damage and HP scales with the server age. So do take note of this. This is based on research done by Galint and Mika on the Discord server. So credits to them. And then a weakness. He receives additional damage when he is shattered. So this means that you can exploit it using certain additional units in the lineup. I'll show examples of lineup later. So the additional units I've mentioned before are Sonic, Man's Aesthetician Man if you're lacking Sonic for some reason. And for those who have King, definitely King is the best option, because he can provide emergency heals in case your team is about to die. So let's move on to Senti Senpai or Mukade Senpai. So his passive, he has a 50% chance to follow up from round 1 to 3. And then from round 2 to 3, it grants him a continuous berserk, bumping up his attack. So his ultimate actually deals 800k damage with the Berserk, so expect it to do less damage in the previous round, which is round 1. And then he also introduces a new aspect to the Centipede World Boss event. So he actually grants debuffs. So in round 2, he has 100% chance to corrode. Some of them say main target, some of them say all. I've seen it happen on all, so I will say all. But most likely than not, it will be main target. This will be reviewed later, so I will update this in a bit. But for now, I'm going to go with all. And then in round 3, he has 100% chance to injure all as well. So his weakness is that he receives additional damage when injured. So injury comps are common for bossing because Amai already grants injury, and BK follow up to injury. So definitely exploit this. Basically just use your common basic comp. And he appears on Wednesday. So Senti Choro, Mukade Choro, he appears on Friday. So this was the centipede that we saw post maintenance. So his passive, he grants himself Berserk from round 2 onwards, and he activates damage reflect on round 3. You can think of it as Carnage Kabuto's passive. So every time you attack him, he reflects a portion of the damage back to you. So his ultimate deals a whopping 900k damage, which is absolutely insane. So most teams will not be able to attack him unless they have 1 million hit points. And his ult debuffs, he has a 100% shatter rate for 2 rounds, from round 1 to 3. And his damage reflect actually pose a large strat round 3 onwards. So you might want to swap BK out for a more healing-esque character. Just because that it will allow your comp to survive post round, majority of your comp to survive post round 2 or 3. And then he deals extra damage to shattered enemies. You can think of it as Golden Ball's passive, something like that. So his weakness, he receives an additional damage through follow-up. So characters like BK, Garo, Flashy Flash are highly recommended. If you have Metal Bat will be able to survive him very, very well. Now, lineup samples. I have 4 lineups here for you. The first one is what I would call a Janus buff comp. So you're depending on Janus for buffing your Amai and your Beast King's damage. And you're also using Garo as an internal injury applier, so you can get more energy through Zombie Man passive, more energy and ultimate damage, my bad. And then Tank Top Master will be your main shield generator. And yeah, it's a very stable comp. I would call it more of a standard build. Most people should strive to go for this build, I would say. It's quite achievable, especially if you have Garo. But let's say in the event that you do not have Garo, then I would recommend you go for the second comp, which is called the Shatter comp. So alternating, you can swap Silverfang for Tank Top Master, but it plays the same role. So you have Beast King and Amai as your main damage dealer. You have King for your Shatterer, and then you only need to turn on his ult when you feel like your team is at risk of dying. You have Carnage Kabuto as your main tank instead, and then you have a shield generator, either through Tank Top Master or Silverfang. Now, the third comp I'm going to recommend to you is something that I highly do not recommend, because that means that you have messed up your PvE build. So this is for people who have failed the train or have reversed their Beast King. So you're definitely not depending on Beast King to push this lineup. So you have Dr. Janus for the heal buff, you have Silverfang / Tank Top Master for shield generator, Kabuto for tank, you have Amai Mas as your main damage dealer. And then if you want, you can keep King as a Shatterer, or you can swap it out for Boros users. You can swap King out for Boros, and then you can use Boros for additional damage. This is the team comp that I would recommend for Boros users. Unless you want to run a 3 Esper build, I do not recommend that for now because you have a very high chance of dying. So this is the best team comp for you to fit in Boros, especially since he benefits from Janus attack buff, and also Amai's injury actually gives Boros more incentive to hit harder. Yeah. And then the last is what I would describe as the best damage comp. So you're basically throwing away a shield generator in favor for more damage. So this is my preferred comp. It's the comp I use for bossing the world boss. So you have Beast King and Amai as your main damage dealer, King for shatter and emergency heals, Garo for follow up as well as additional internal injury procs. You have Zombie Man, which is a core for everything for healing. Please do not use CE core, thank you very much. And then Carnage Kabuto as the main tank. And then please do note that you should strive to have at least 1 million HP per character. If your Beast King is struggling to have more HP, please do not insignia him. Just try to pump his talent and gears so that he'll be able to survive the burst. Yeah, because wasting Star Ascension cards on insignias is not a very good idea. So we're going to have a look at the points now. So you can see the point exchange icon on the top. So you have two different types of point collection. So you have the weekly target, which refreshes every week, and it's very basic quest, which gives you quite considerable amounts of rewards. And you have the hunting target, which is a one-time quest, and then it's more or less like a milestone system, or it is a milestone system, pardon me. So you will only be able to claim the prizes once. So once you've claimed it, done, nada, enough, cannot already. Okay, so do strive to hit harder and harder every week. Train up your Beast King, train up your Amai. When RMG comes out to get your RNG, you'll be able to skyrocket in damage for this. And then let's look at the prize redemption. So in my opinion, this is my opinion because I know what's best for me, I will only get either the orange or the red chests, because those are the chests that I really need for the bronze reward redemption. I do not need any purple chests, I do not need any blue chests, so please avoid that. They are also very common drops, so you don't really need that. But the red and the orange are the hottest commodity. For qualification, definitely the red one is the most ideal, because all my characters are slating to go towards red already, so I'm definitely going to invest into that. And for the gold section, this is the most interesting section. Personally, I would recommend prioritize the Star Ascension card. Once you've gotten the Star Ascension card, go for Club Orange Gear. Once you're done with the Club Orange Gear, go with the Standard Orange Gear. Because the Club Orange Gear is more, I wouldn't say better, but it's more reliable because most characters use Club Gears anyway. So why not, right? You can get an orange version of your current Club Purple on your, let's say, for my perspective, I'm using purple attack gears on my King for Knight set. So if I get an orange Knight attack, wow, that's so good. But I've already redeemed 5 and I've gotten 5 defense. So shit luck, you know, it is what it is. And then last but not least is the leaderboard system. So this is where you'll be able to see your points and how you rank among your peers in the current server. It's 2 servers per world boss, so it follows the pick arena system. So I was actually first place for a short while until I was taken over by God X Dan. So good on you, my dude. It's very, very good for you to look at this and slowly track it, because you will be able to know where you stand in the competitive leaderboard, and then you'll be able to learn from others who are dealing more damage. Why are they dealing more damage? Is it because they train their characters well? Is it because of just gear luck RNG? Is it because they've done something right that you did wrong? You don't know. If you're struggling with your team comps and all that, please do PM me. I'm going to drop my Discord link in the description below, as well as my messenger link if you're on Facebook. Just drop me a PM. You can ask me any questions. That's it from me. I think I've gotten the gist of it done very, very well. If there's anything I've missed, please clarify down in the comments below. If you want to say something also, please drop down in the comments. I'll enjoy looking at your comments. That's all from me. I hope this guide has served you very well, as much as it served me when I was researching to build this guide. Till we meet again, peace.